What's up, y'all? Um, Today I feel like I'm gonna be getting a little more personal than usual with y'all. Um, I and if the people I might be talking about like some specific people. I'm not gonna mention any names, but like I don't know, like don't I'm not. This is not me bashing anybody on it. I'm just talking from my experience, and hopefully can give y'all some advice. But anyway. Welcome to I don't know what episode, maybe like fifth or sixth episode, maybe seventh episode of JUST.JAX. But today, like I don't want to say the start. I feel like the this I don't want to say feeling concept thought. These thoughts have been kind of sitting on my heart for a while now, and like I think I just wanted to just express them. And I want to say the spark that ignited the flame is that this week I got a call from like uh one of my friends from back home, and like it was a FaceTime call and stuff like that, and like I answered it and I talked to them, and we caught up, and it made me realize how much I miss my friends back home, but also made me like think about something else which I really wanted to talk about is that like I feel like I want to say I'm scared. I think I'm scared of losing my friends, my friends back home. And I think and I know people grow apart eventually. And I know people they just become different, you know? But like I feel like for me, like the things I'm interested in, like things like anime, I'm into comics, manga, I mean, I guess not TV, but like I'm on a, I'm doing YouTube and stuff like that. Like that, their interests aren't my interests, and that's why I'm trying to get into more interests. I've always loved basketball and football. I was just never tuned in for real, so I'm trying to get really more tuned in, both professional and college. But like, I also feel like there's kind of a maturity level. Not to say they're immature at all, because we're grown, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're immature. But like, I don't know, like that, like, and I think, and obviously, it's just different types of people that like different types of things. But like, I like, I'm not, I'm not, like, I don't. Our priorities are different. I'll just say that much. And the things that, when it comes to college, the things they like to do, that's just not my vibe. Obviously because of that's ESPN, but obviously because of how I've matured here, and also because of my relationship with Christ and God, that the things they like to do and the things they talk about, I can't really like relate to because like those things don't have no appeal to me, and it's not like I'm about to give y'all the whole backstory, or not even a backstory, but a background, but like, and I feel like I don't want to say I struggle making friends, but I feel like now, especially in college, is like I want to say the first. I don't want to say the first time, but like I'm by myself, right? I have to actually put in effort to like make friends instead of like because in high school I basically like kind of had friends from church and literally really someone I consider my brother went to the school, and like it was easy for me to like talk to him, and he was in that friend group, so by proxy I kind of like was hanging out with them and spending my time with them, although they did give me a hard time like sophomore year, and like kind of just a hard time in general. I feel like I warmed up to them. Me personally, I warmed up to them. I don't know if it's vice versa, but like yeah, like I started, I started liking their jokes and the hazing and stuff like that, like because it was just banter. But now, like, it's not like it's not like I want them to change because that's not they're not my friends, or I don't want to say they're not my friends. I don't want them to change because of me, right? But I think it's just like we're just growing differently, and like I just sorry, I thought something on my computer, but I just I don't want to say it, that worries me, you know. And some of my friendships, at least during the friend group, I feel have been like kind of one sided, and I feel like this is me being sensitive and me overthinking. But like I lately, I want to say lately or recently, I I went to hang out with my friends at the college they go to, and we drove and we got there, and then I was talking to one of my friends that are girls. So, and she was talking about putting effort into friendships and putting effort into relationships, and I feel like I wasn't doing that as much. And I was like, how can I be all like, oh, my friends are one sided, da 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 da, when I'm doing the same thing. So yeah, but I yeah, so now I'm starting to like I don't want to say I text them consistently. I texted them happy Thanksgiving. I texted them happy Thanksgiving. I think before that I texted them like, I was thinking about them and that I care for them and I was praying for them and stuff like that. Things that show that I still care, and that I still have love for them. But at least but and I feel like this overthinking is and this like worry, right? Is that I feel like I think a part of me feels like I don't add anything, you know? Like I don't add anything to their lives. And I'm gonna be honest, like I don't need to be a huge role. I don't need to be someone you look up to. I don't need to be your best friend at all. But like it I I just I just want to feel like I added a little bit to their lives, positively, hopefully. And then again, like I was such a horrible friend to some people in high school, and like I haven't seen those people in a long time, and it sucks because like you want to change or you want to grow or you want to do better, but like you don't have the opportunity to. So in person at least. So the only thing you do is text. But like because of the imprint you made, like before, like they might not want to talk to you again. You know, and it sucks. It really sucks. So if I see those people again, I'm gonna just have a heart to heart with them. I'm gonna just be deep. But like, uh, friends are such a funny thing, and it's not like I'm right now like in Morehouse, like I'm like I feel like I'm at a stage of like making friends where like I've made a good analogy to my mother, where I put my clothes in the washer, or yeah, the washer, and now I'm just waiting for the cycle to end. So like I did everything I could, and now I just gotta just keep putting time and putting effort into it. And I feel like this semester more specifically is like is kind of like I was just laying the groundwork, and next semester is like when I can start building, I guess, which I need to, and I realize I need to actually do to make friends. And like plus I'm like an introvert, and like I get nervous. I get nervous talking to people. You know, I'm the type of person that like talks to themselves. I'm the type of person that like practice their conversations in like their head. And not to say that like I do it because, yeah, I do it because like I don't want to say the wrong thing and upset them, you know? And then like and then they get upset and then they want to start a fight and I'm not a violent person. So I'm not gonna I'm unless like I'm not a violent person. I consider myself a very more on the pacifistic side of things. So I'm not. I don't want to fight people if I don't need to. If we can talk it out, I'm gonna talk it out with you. But like that's the worst case scenario that always pops into my head. You know, and it's just and plus like I want to talk about another thing is that like I know I've grown closer to God. You know, I'm in my word more. I'm actually or last year, I want to say last year is when I actually had my encounter with him and that June 13th, I want to say, or June 19th, I think, is when I got baptized. And like now, I'm starting now, like, or now I want to say now, like leading up to now, like my view on like things have changed. Where it's like if I see my friend doing something that isn't like I don't want to say Christ like isn't is something that you wouldn't do in front of him, right? Do I am I judging that person by calling it out, or am I like am I being too preachy? Am I and I'm trying to put am I trying to be on some pedestal, which is like the opposite of what I want to do. I just care for them, and I know these decisions aren't the best decisions. Although there are those to their decisions are theirs to make. If I say nothing, like and I could have said something, don't I feel like I have an obligation to say something, right? And I don't want it to come off like I'm judging and I'm preachy, and then that turns them away from like the path that Jesus has for their life. And you know, I just, oh boy, I just like, you know, and there's a lot of things that like, I don't want to say a lot of things. There's a few things that like I could definitely call out, but I don't want to strain the friendship because of it, you know? Plus, I think some of my friends don't take criticism very well. So, yeah. But I just I think I just hopefully my opinion about my friends and my views is not I hope these don't come off as negative opinions or views. I see my friends so like my friends are so much better than me in every aspect, right? Like they're so much smarter. Like they have so much more potential that it's like that it that it that it's profound how much potential they have in each of them, and they could easily surpass whatever I plan to achieve in with this YouTube thing, which I don't want to see them squander that, you know, which it and I mean like if they do they do, but I want to not let that happen as a good friend, you know, because I feel like while they're not some of them I call them like I call their moms my aunties, I call their dads my uncles, you know, and it's just like and even if I don't like I still try to consider them as like close family, like cousins and stuff like that. So like yeah, I just I feel like I need to see them in person to actually kind of get a different, or like to for these, I don't want to say assumptions, for these assumptions and these and these views to kind of be like changed and actually put into to place, or to be utilized is a better um term. But I I miss I've missed my friends for sure, and but I'm so excited to see them. You know, another thing is that like I have a friend over here that like that I consider a very close one, right? But she she's doing her own thing, you know? And while I'm fine with hanging out with her, I'm fine with hanging out with her friend group. Maybe it's the stubborn side of me. Maybe it's the prideful side of me, right? May God humble me. But like I want to I don't want to say I want to not have a repeat of high school, right? I don't want to like piggyback off of someone else. I want to do it myself type. And plus, their friend group have different priorities, and we're not like very like minded, you know. So I don't really. I'm not. While I met with some of them, and I really like a lot some of them I don't, and that's cool. That don't mean I don't like hanging out with them, but like yeah, I want to do something myself, you know, or I want to find my own people, which I hope and I pray that it works out. I know it takes a while for like an oak tree to grow, so I'm not stressing too much about that. But yeah, I just I'm so excited to see my friends and to hang out with them and talk to them. And another thing is that I feel like some of them, they don't open up. They don't open up. I'm so down to have like a deep conversation with these people, but these people are like too focused on like making jokes or too focused on like silly stuff in my opinion. It's just silly. But I do like being silly sometimes, but like I feel like I haven't really gone deep with them before, and I want to, you know, because then if I pause, if I get to know them more, then I become better friends with them. You know, that's a byproduct of effort, I guess. But yeah, I hope I didn't bore you guys. And to the people, to my friends, if you're watching this, I love you guys. I hope this video showed that. I don't want you to change who you are. I want you to grow as you are into someone that not like screw my opinions, but someone that like God has in store for you, or the person that God has. Ah, dang it. The person that God is molding you to be. There you go. The person that God is molding you to be is a better way to put it. But like, I love you guys. You know, you guys have a very deep place in my heart, and I care for you. I'm excited to see you. I hope we have a lot of fun, and I hope I learned from you. Um, in the short time we'll probably spend together. But yeah, I've been recording for like 20 minutes, so I appreciate the people who sat down and yeah and like listened to my talking. I always appreciate that. But yeah, I feel like I got really personal with you guys, and I always like doing that. So that's the end of the vid. If you enjoyed it, um, never mind. Y'all don't have to jab the like and subscribe button. I just hope you enjoyed the video. Um, please make sure to have a wonderful day. Just be yourself. Just be kind, and please go with God. I do love y'all. Deuces.